final part of Cumulus Pro is the Control Center, which is hosted in the cloud. You could access the URL for your Control Center through the Settings button and either look at it on your device, as I'm looking on it now on an iPad, or copy and paste that URL and open it on a desktop computer. When I first come to the Control Center, I see this global dashboard. First thing to know is that you can press the bar on the left-hand side to open that up, and you can see the dashboards on the top. And then I have all of the entities or workflows that I created: instrumentation, solar panel, tile floor. We'll go back there in a second. Let's close that back. The top chart, which is always there, is your global status dials. That looks at all of your work, what's unstarted, how many jobs are in progress, completed, and how many have failed. If I want to edit and play around with charts, I press the toggle in the upper right, which says viewer mode, move that to editor mode, and I could edit any of these charts. Let's get rid of an S-curve here, put a new chart in. I want to see a single entity status dial, tile, I'm going to call it tile status. The entity type, I'm going to select tile floor install, and I'm going to have all time for the last 7 days. And there's other filters I could add if I want to, but that's good enough for now. I will press save. And now I have dials just for the tile floor install. And I can see there are 3 jobs that have not yet started. 1 job is in progress. 1 job had failed, the quality failure you might have seen if you saw the last video, and 1 has been completed, meaning it went all the way through the workflow and got through the quality assurance process. So let's take a look at our tiles. I go to the left-hand side, press tile floor install, and now I see all of the entities that I created, and I see the status on the right, the middle bar, and I could see 1 that had a failure, which was surface not prepared, 1 final QC complete, and 1 is partway through with the tiles having been laid. Here I can create new items, so new entities. I could also import a spreadsheet like we showed you in an earlier video. I could also download all of the work completions in bulk if I needed to send them to a customer or someone else in my company. If I needed to, if I had a lot of items, I could also search and filter through these various columns. Let's look at final QC complete. So tile installation 2. I see some basic, the basic entity properties. I could look at the specifications and see more details. I can see the complete history, who did what and when, so you can see it was me. Looks good, passed. I could open any one of these and see what they saw, were any tools involved, no in this case. I could look at the images that were taken and the checklists that were filled out. In this case, there was no checklist. Let's look at a better example. Here's images and checklist answers. Also, if there were any edits to the properties that were done in the field, if someone had the ability to do that, I could see these property edits so I know somebody changed the data, and I just want to make sure that that was done properly. So here's my complete work history, an electronic record of everything that has happened during this job. All of this information will be in the completion report that is very similar to the completion report that you saw from within the app, which can be downloaded and sent to anybody who needs to see it. Takes a moment to load, but you can see the final report will have all the checklist questions, who did what, various specification information, and all the photos that were taken during the job. So a complete record of who did what they said, and when they did it. All right, and then go back to the dashboard. I can continue to look at these charts. I could add new charts. There are many different types of charts you can create, slicing your data in many different ways, and I encourage you to play around with it to check it out. You could also look at the status groups. What that means is, what are the different things that could have happened for each of these workflows? So unstarted, in progress, completed, and failed. That's telling you what these dials mean. So something that's in progress is in one of those statuses, and something that's failed is in the statuses on the right-hand side. Just giving you a little bit of a legend of what you might be seeing in the app for a status and what you are seeing in these dials. Finally, the last thing to point out is there's a settings button on the bottom left-hand side. And there you can upload a logo to your job site, which that will show on the screen, and it will also show on all your completion reports to customize them with your company's branding. And finally, from the dashboard is another place where you can contact support by pressing the question mark button on the bottom right-hand side, and that will generate a ticket for support if you need any help. Please do not hesitate to reach out and ask us any questions or contact us for help anytime. We're happy to help you with the system, to learn it, and to make sure everything is working properly. But that is the Cumulus Pro Quality Management System. Really hope you have enjoyed this demo, found it useful, and I wish you all the best luck in completing your jobs right the first time, every time using Cumulus.